Special thank you to LS11 channel members. Join the channel today for early access, bonus content, and more. Yeah! Hello, LS11 Universe, it's the Doctor.
And it is KJ Elliott.
And welcome back, folks, to Lethal Lottery. Welcome to the second to last episode of Lethal Lottery, because in 7 nights' time, we wrap this tournament up for good.
2 more weeks, including tonight. And tonight we have 4 huge matchups to decide who goes to the finale to compete for a tag team title match of their choice.
That is right, and we are kicking things off tonight with CM Punk and El Exterminador, Carlos Zandzenegger, Straight Edge Extermination, making their way down to the ring tonight. The unlikely duo here tonight. And I want to take a moment to thank everyone for being here for this show, despite it being on 2K25 with 2K26 being out at this point. We appreciate everyone that does stick around for these last few weeks of 2K25 cleanup, more or less.
Yeah, it's big for us to still have viewers during these last few weeks of 2K25, just getting stuff prepared for the next game. But back to the matters at hand. Doc, how the hell did we get here?
He wasn't even supposed to be in the tournament. He was put in on a technicality, and now he has pinned LA Knight. He has pinned Seth Rollins. He has a victory over Edge. And I'm starting to get annoyed by the fact that he is in matches and not on commentary, because he has somehow continually gotten this far.
The fact that there's every real possibility at this point that this dude is going to be in the finale next week, not in an exhibition match, but in the actual tournament with a chance to win a title shot, makes my brain hurt.
Yeah, same here. Because Zander number 3 and Lady Flammer, the Toxic Lovers, make their way to the ring. And it is actually going down. Zander number 3 and Flammer have actually made it to the quarterfinals. If they win tonight, they go on to next week's event, where we have the semifinals and finals in the same night. And I just don't know how to feel about that fact.
I mean, at least we've developed a nice chemistry on commentary during this time.
Oh yeah, we've had to, because again, my normal commentary partner is somehow continuing. Look at this face-off, Kay. I just want you to look at the fucking face-off we've got in the ring right now.
We have Carlos Zandzenegger, the alleged cousin of Carnold Zandzenegger, and we have Zander number 3, who just a few months ago nobody thought could fight his way out of a wet paper bag, much less compete with former world champions, and yet here the fuck we are.
Here the fuck we are, as Carlos Zandzenegger, coming off the ropes, goes for a boot. Zander number 3 with that jumping neck breaker.
And now Zander number 3 not mounting him, he's grounding and pounding him on the side there. And speaking of grounding and pounding, look at his partner on the apron there.
Oh my god, alright, you brought that one on yourself. That one was all you. He didn't even bring that one up this time.
Yeah, I'm very aware.
Carlos with that massive tilt-a-whirl slam.
And now Carlos whips him into the corner, tag the Punk there, and they're going for a big double team move. And these two have become a pretty solid team, despite people thinking that these two were kind of just going to be one of those weird throwaway teams, and they developed a pretty nice chemistry.
That they have. CM Punk, he's got to stay laser focused right now, though, Kay, because it was announced last week following the big win for Straight Edge Extermination. It was announced that CM Punk is heading to Japan in just 2 weeks' time, 2 weeks from tomorrow, to challenge Johnny Gargano or Bronson Reed for the WWE Championship at Grand Spectacle.
Yeah, absolutely. And, Punk and Gargano is an absolute dream match for some. But Punk and Reed is also, is also a match that I think a lot of people want to see. And Punk can't just be focused on, I pin Johnny Gargano, I get the shot, because Bronson Reed has every opportunity to win the title at Saturday Night's main event.
That he does, as right now Punk is just going to town here against Zander number 3, who gets that distance with the uppercut and hits that cannonball as well.
And Z3, like we say, and we talk about how it pisses us off, Z3 is an absolute moron, but he's an absolute moron that can go in the ring.
Absolutely, it's infuriating at this point, as Flammer dropping the elbow on CM Punk.
And for some reason, this came up with Flammer, and the situation that the wheel gave us that somehow just unlocked his new, even more locked inside of Z3. And like you said last week, we're kind of just having to come to terms that, oh my God, this idiot might actually be good at this.
You say something's been awoken inside Z3. I think Z3's been the one inside Flammer, if I'm honest. That would have said. Carlos enters the mix now, and Carlos going to Flammer here. Flammer answering back, and Flammer picks him up, and oh boy, slides in with the clothesline. And now Flammer hitting that kick to the back there, going right down, mounting Carlos.
I bet Z3 wishes that was him right now.
It probably will be later tonight if they win this, let's be for real. Now Carlos getting Lady Flammer back to her feet.
And obviously, wish he went for the head spot between the Lodestar and Carlos in a big spot for the jump from the Flammer. Big spot there. And then Carlos setting up.
Gonna look for. Goes for the spear. Flammer getting the knee up.
Let's go and have that started. And, all 8 of these teams that are competing tonight, all jokes aside, all 8 of these teams are competing.
Absolutely. Zander number 3 enters the mix here in Z3. Now he's going down for ground and pound on Carlos.
Yeah, at this point, all these teams that have made it, they haven't come this far just to come this far for these old shows. Looking into the final 8 of an 86-team field, if you can't win this whole thing was really easy. From 15 to 18, it's all for minutes in Maryland after this. If they don't win here, then going through 3 or 4 rounds of this, depending on if they have a floor for them or something.
Punk sending Z3 into the corner now, and CM Punk. Uh-oh. Here we go. CM Punk. Anaconda Vice is in.
Let's see if the magic can end, and Flammer said no, it's not going to end.
Oh God, Zander number 3 though. Blue Thunder Bomb.
Stop. No, stop.
In a minute, Z3. Oh my God.
No, Z3 didn't play to the crowd. He didn't have any hesitation. Went right forward and tried to do that veteran go with all the sidestep and all of it.
Z3.
Z3, you're going to get up at some point here?
He is down, possibly for the count. Referee at the count of 6. Oh!
And these three might have just avoided the disaster. We had that big speed and coming in.
Carlos has got him down now. Carlos. Oh, Carlos is going for the right. Oh, flattening Z3. Z3 answering back, though. Z3. Over the top rope now. Z3. Hook connects, knocks him down. Drop kick.
And Carlos down is hard when you're that big. When you hit from that high, just the foot.
Carlos has Z3 down. Carlos going up to the top rope. Get back up here, Carlos.
Z3 don't get up to see what the noise is. Oh, and a big power slam. Caught him in mid-air by... Z3 sets Carlos in the corner. Tag the Flammer.
Both teams working together like well-oiled machines here tonight.
At this point, makes sense. These teams are at this point.
Oh, and a whisper in the wind from Flammer.
Both teams now, all competitors in this tournament, they're doing the right thing. They're pulling out stops that they haven't, shown before. This one we've seen 23 times now in this tournament, and playing in big element.
Oh, wait a minute.
They'll go to sleep, and they're playing.
And a spear from Carlos. There's Z3. Wait a minute. Hits the big kick.
That move's been putting people away and getting these upsets with Z2. That big running boot in the corner.
Absolutely. And now both competitors that are inside the ring are down. Flammer staggering back to her feet. Rolling the dead weight of Carlos over. Off that kick. No!
Carnold for Carlos to give the 30 out there. Everybody in the work is trying to start beat up from the defense and speed.
Now Carlos with Flammer into the corner. Tag is made. CM Punk is in.
And Paul wrapping that up on the corner. The Flammer, the big kick. Pushing the battle counter here and a big thing kick there.
Flammer's got him down. Z3. Uh-oh. Go to sleep. Cover. Flammer with the save.
Flammer realized the urgency. Zander number 3 got just a tad bit overzealous. And Temple going to be definitely to catch him maybe because there's no shot. Is there? Fantastic Punk goes through.
Now Punk going up here. CM Punk. Looking for best in the world. Elbow, no!
Bouncing off there. And playing that past sailboat, and those Z3 was able to get the tag to Flammer. The Flammer now Another one of these rolling save lines here. Lands it right there.
CM Punk is down. He kicks out, though. Oh, wait a minute. Carlos.
Taking out of Mass Brethren. Mass Brethren. Flammer with a huge kick there. The Punk taking it from behind there. The Punk gets it up. Flammer station. Wait a minute. The power of the tough meat combined there for Flammer on CM Punk. 1, 2, kick out that time.
CM Punk able to get out of that tombstone. Flammer wiping out Carlos, who falls into Z3.
Guys, must stick together. I don't think I'll take a minute.
Wait a minute, Flammer. Hold on, Z3. What has he done? Uh-oh.
Sometimes I mean, most of the time I use
and the referee, hold on, the referee doesn't see it. Z3 taking off a second turnbuckle pad.
Into the turnbuckle there.
Punk sent the turnbuckle. Z3 getting fired up, saying he's about to get away with it again. Hits him with the kick.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. There's no way.
Oh my god.
Are we about to see the Toxic Lovers go to the semifinals?
Hits a second one. One, two, no fucking way.
God, Toxic Lovers are going to the finale.
They are gonna go all the way. They've just got to win one more match, and they are in the finals of Lethal Lottery. They are 2 wins away from a tag team championship match of their choice.
3 weeks in a row. Xander number 3 has gained a former WWE champion. 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago, Xander number 3 and
LA Knight, Seth Rollins, CM Punk. What a trio of names to pin. It took 2 of his big kicks in the corner, but in the end he did it. And I can just, if I listen hard enough, I can hear very angry yells coming from the light above.
You played the number 1 contender to the WWE Championship.
I don't know how to feel right now. I have a lot of thoughts right now, okay, and I don't know how to feel.
Well, if Xander wins, I guess
let's just move on to the next match. Alright, we move up next into what is probably, in ring-wise, bell-to-bell, going to be one of the highest anticipated matches of this tournament.
Oh, 100%. We got 4 of the best right now that we have. We have, one of the marquee guys in LS11 coming out right now, in Cody Rhodes, and he has a huge match coming up in a few weeks against Hangman at Grand Spectacle in Japan on March 22nd.
That he does. We saw Cody Rhodes return to AEW Dynamite this week as well. He was on the first episode of 2K26 yesterday on SmackDown. Cody's been everywhere and anywhere this week. Like you said, he has one of the most anticipated matchups in the upcoming show, the Grand Spectacle, against his former friend Hangman Page. But now tonight, he also has to team up with one of his worst rivals from his career here in the LS11 universe. Cody, you name it, he's won it. He's a Grand Slam champion. He's a multi-time WrestleMania main eventer.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes is somebody who he's done it all. It's just, I hate to say it because I like Cody, but there's times when you're trying to win, you hear, what Hangman said to him this past week on Dynamite, and you wonder, is Hangman wrong?
I mean, if you're asking my opinion, no. No, not at all. Sometimes, someone gets a little in over their head, and whether you care about them, whether you hate them, sometimes you have to come up, get in their face, and punch them in it.
Yeah. Are you projecting a little bit there, Doc? Or are we
All I know is I heard a certain waste of fucking space is been booked a flight to LA. So all I will say is, as Nick Aldis makes his way to the ring, I dare a motherfucker to try.
Okay, Doc, I see you.
As the national treasure, Nick Aldis, he's had a pretty good week so far. Advanced over Shelton Benjamin in the Raywood Classic. He's moving on to the second round of the vacant NWA title tournament, which will continue next week on the channel across the various shows.
Yeah, Nick Aldis is coming off of a win in a match that some people are calling, the best match of Raw, if not one of the best matches of the entire week, against Shelton Benjamin, two storied, veterans of the game. Having a very good wrestling match on Monday, and Nick Aldis came out on the side of it, so you gotta think he's riding pretty high and looking to continue that momentum along with Cody Rhodes. And Nick Aldis might be, it's crazy to think, Nick Aldis might be the more locked in this match due to just everything that Cody's dealing with right now.
I think you make a very good point with that one, Kay, because at this point, Cody Rhodes has 1,000,001 things on his plate, and is becoming a tag team champion with Nick Aldis really that high of a priority for him? Meanwhile, on the other side of the coin, we've got a young man here who is now just another week away, 1 week from this upcoming Tuesday, your birthday, March 17th, NXT The End, the final episode of NXT. This young man, Javon Evans, the young OG, has a shot at Jasper Troy and becoming the final NXT champion.
Yeah, absolutely. And Javon Evans is somebody everybody here in LS11 is extremely high on, from management to, to the fans, to the creative team. Everybody loves this young man. He just radiates positivity. He just radiates good vibes. And don't forget, Javon Evans has a big match coming up this weekend against his cousin Adrian Nova at Get What You Pay For, too.
You're absolutely right, he does. I had somehow forgotten about that one. It slipped my mind with how busy of a weekend it is, despite the fact that someone keeps saying no more super busy weekends.
Yeah, it's amazing how that works. It's like reverse manifestation. It's like somebody says no more. Somebody says no more of something, and they just hear that something. They don't hear the no more part.
Apparently, as teaming up with Javon Evans tonight, the final Ring of Honor Television Champion, so he's got a shot at the TNT or International title coming up at a later date on AEW. It is none other than Kyle Fletcher, the Protostar.
Yep, the Protostar, and this young man's another one that a lot of people are high on. He has a personality that you kind of just. He kind of grates people with his personality. He has a very braggadocious personality. He's very in your face. Some would say that he insists upon himself a little bit, but Kyle Fletcher's talent is undeniable, and he is somebody that a lot of people see very high things for in his future.
Son of a bitch, that was... The insisted upon himself was admittedly very good. As Javon Evans and Cody Rhodes, a dream showdown for many. coming down here in Lethal Lottery.
Oh, absolutely. We got I guess we could call this the Zander royalties battle, and I guess in his mind only.
Well, I mean, you know, he claims he invented the springboard cutter. That's what he's claiming right now.
Yeah, sometimes I don't know what's running through his mind. It's going to be my foot. It's going to be my foot later on, but no.
And I wish you the best of luck with that. I'll be there on comms with Zander number 3, who I'm looking at my phone. I just received a text message from. Oh, that is certainly an image, Z3.
I don't even want to know. Anyways, back to the match. Javon with a forearm in the corner.
Yep, agreed.
And coming in, big drop kick under the chin there. Javon, you know, Javon is somebody who we saw it last week where he damn near died trying to do a dive over the top rope because somehow he overshot his opponent at the moment.
Yeah, Javon Evans, he just hears jump. He doesn't question how far or how high. He just does it.
Like I said, he's 21, so he has that ability to bounce back. But he keeps doing that. He keeps, taking these risks. How long can he go before his body starts to say, dude, no more?
Absolutely. I mean, you're absolutely right, Kay. It's a great question, and at this point, it's starting to concern me as much as I think it is concerning other people. Kyle Fletcher and Nick Aldis have tagged in the time of saying that. A big drop kick there from the Protostar. But in the corner there with Javon and Kyle Fletcher, you got two of the hottest young prospects in the entire business right now. Voted by, I believe it was ESPN, as two of the best 10 under 30 wrestlers in the entire world in 2025.
Absolutely. Kyle Fletcher's coming out in the season, like he mentioned against Nathan Slater this past weekend at Final Battle, earning himself, shot at either the TNT or the International, championship. And he had, he beat, Nathan Slater. He only took Gabe Kidd to win it, a few weeks before that. So Kyle Fletcher's was on the way. He kind of was on a weird path initially. He was a member of the Death Riders stable with his Aussie Open partner Mike Davis and Sammy Callahan, and just didn't really pan out as anything for him. And now he's starting to, finally gain some traction. And Lethal Waters really kind of helped him do that. Him and Javon both have, Javon kind of had a little bit of a shaky start to, the season. As Javon ducking out of the safety cutter, if anybody knows how to, counter a flying cutter like that, it's Javon Evans.
Absolutely, and now Javon Evans. Hey, Cody, that's how you do a diving cutter.
Yeah, Cody might want to go back to the disaster kick because, that sequence didn't go too terribly well for him.
No, it did not.
But anyways, back to my point before my mind was blown yet again by Javon Evans.
Because you think the amount of time it's seen it blow my mind, but it just does it every single time. But with Javon, he had a little bit of a rocky start to the season. He got some wins, but he also had some big losses. He lost to Ace Austin, and also dealing with Bullet Club in NXT, and he's had a bit of a up and down year, but he's starting to turn it on again. And like I said, it's not fit, but he's just now starting to really come sitting in that. So this match against, a former, as you said, Grand Slam champion and a third veteran of Nick Aldis, this is probably going to be the biggest win for either of these two if they can pull off this one and make it to the finale next week.
Almost certainly. This is a put up or shut up kind of match for the team of Proto G. They want to call themselves future world champions, but you got to beat a couple of former world champions. Just like this. Hurricane Run into a powerbomb.
And we've talked about, these teams of, we've seen teams of former rivals get, teamed up with the likes of, Cody and Aldis, former, members of the Snake, former blood rivals. More former blood rivals, blood rivals.
Tombstone there. Aldis now driving down Kyle Fletcher now. Kick out though from Fletcher here.
We wasn't expecting the workers to good because, they've made it this far by, putting their strengths together and making a formidable team.
They most certainly have, absolutely. I think when people saw the wheels spin Cody and Aldis together as well. Hold on a minute, what a double team there!
Absolutely, and now we thunderbomb on the outside there on Aldis, but as you were saying that.
Right, when the wheels spun Cody and Aldis together, everyone thought, oh, well, this team's going to implode round one. But now here they are, 2 matches away, 2 wins away from being in the finals as Nick Aldis, wait a minute, Tombstone pile driver to Kyle Fletcher.
Well, and when we said, foreign country, they had our Tombstone for everybody as well. We get a Tombstone, we get a Tombstone. It's like the ultimate win for them.
God. Now Cody, hang on. A big kick to the midsection on Kyle Fletcher, and Fletcher, the clothesline, Cody. The pedigree. One of the counter there, and Kyle Fletcher. No, wait a minute. Cody. Crossroads.
And Devon Evans for the left and even get his hand fully down in the team. Then Cody didn't, one OP cutter wasn't enough there in the second one for you.
Javon with that second OG cutter, putting down Cody. Both men down. Fletcher is getting back to his feet first. Kyle Fletcher. Pulls Cody Rhodes in. Tombstone. Wipes out Aldis. Vaughn is in. And Kay, we might be on the verge of one of the biggest upset moments in history. 2, 3.
And that's too good for Cody Rhodes as champion, going into one of the biggest matches of his career against Hangman Adam Page.
That has absolutely had to have rattled Cody. Javon Evans and Kyle Fletcher, 2 of the hottest young stars in the business, just took him and Nick Aldis down, and in all honesty, in fairly convincing fashion.
Oh, absolutely. Cody Rhodes didn't seem like he knew what was hitting him most of the time. He took 2 cutters. He took 2 OG cutters. He took a tombstone from Fletcher. He just kind of seemed rattled a lot of the match, whether the guys they used the ability to move around and Cody's not exactly pretty tricky in there. And a lot of it's the use of Proto 3, but also you got to think Cody's not anyone in the back of his head, maybe not even the back of his head. It might be the 4th one. Cody just never seemed to get rolling.
He really couldn't, and that yielded dividends for the duo of Proto G, because now Javon Evans and Kyle Fletcher are just 2 wins away from being your first ever winners of Lethal Lottery. Aerial Death meets Team SmackDown up next. All right, it is the second to last matchup of the night. Crazy that we're only here for 4 matches tonight, but I will admittedly say it's a nice reprieve following how big of a weekend we have had.
And are going to have.
Absolutely.
Sorry to cut you off there.
You're all good, as out first, it is the King of Strong Style, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Yeah, this tournament has been one to get eyes on people and to also revitalize people. We saw, you know, somebody like Casey Catanzaro who was on the outside looking in for a job and pretty much found a job now with LAW. We've seen it happen for you know, Nick Aldis, who kind of was floundering a little bit, you know, this season coming out of Mania, and now seems to have found a groove again going into the tournament. And Nakamura is another one where I've brought it up the last couple of weeks. Former, you know, first Intercontinental Champion of the LS11 era of WWE, and since then, other than, you know, the Invincible Strong Style tag title reign, really hasn't done a whole lot of anything in the LS11 universe since the first couple of years, but starting to kind of find that groove again. Has had a world title shot this season, and has some big wins in this tournament, teaming with, you know, Kaiser. So this tournament's been kind of good to kind of get the juices flowing for some people who might have been on a downward slide as of late.
Oh, absolutely. The duo here, Team SmackDown, as they've been called, more or less has revitalized both men's careers, in a way.
Oh, absolutely. Kaiser's one who, you know, had, I would say some people would probably think it's the forgotten betrayal of this season, because, you know, you had the Zander and the Zander and Ray betrayal, you had the DIY betrayal, you had, you know, all these crazy things that have happened. Really, the Kaiser turning on Gunther one kind of just continues to get swept under the rug. And, you know, Kaiser wants people to look at him and be like, hey, listen, I'm an issue. Look at me. Stop forgetting about me. He's sick of being an afterthought. He's sick of being a lackey. He's sick of being in, you know, he wants that spotlight. He wants to be revered like a Gunther. You know, he wants what Gunther has, and he just hasn't been able to fully escape that shadow.
Oh, most certainly. Fortunately, he does have a big chance at breaking out in single success. He's one of the 8 men announced for the Raywood Classic. He's going to be in action very soon in his first round match. But right now, he has got to be laser focused and locked in because of the other team standing across the ring from himself and Nakamura. A man that you know very well, one of the 4 competitors in our main event, is laser focused on in this matchup here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. It's I just want to say it's interesting hearing this man's music and actually seeing him come out.
I could imagine so.
It's I was definitely surprised last week when I heard, you know, the music, and, you know, it was one of those situations where I just had to, you know, realize he wasn't going to come out, and I had to take advantage of it. And, you know, I got the biggest win of my career, and I guess I owe a tiny bit of a thanks to Mr. Ospreay here for it.
I mean, absolutely. Sometimes these things happen. Sometimes You just gotta pull. You just gotta take the moments when you get them. It happens to the best of us. I've had my own moments where I've gotten wins that, you know, I've had minor assists here and there through them. I'm man enough to admit it. And you know what? At the end of the day, your hand was raised and the 3 was slapped when you hit Carnold with medicated. So, in the end, Will Ospreay or not, you got the win.
Yeah, I actually hit him with death, the 218 driver and the death from above, but your point stands. But here comes a man who I legitimately am terrified of.
Oh yeah, he's terrifying. Like he's got the Olympus challenge. He's got to take down 12 challenges. Then he gets a shot at the, you know, at the mega title. I better not find out that I apparently represent one of those 12 gods, because I'm gonna be so honest with you. I will just forfeit that match and walk away if they tell me that I seemingly fit the role of one of those 12.
What would you be the god of? Petty beefs with 25-year-olds?
Hey now, watch your fucking mouth. Or I'm gonna have a petty beef with a 26-year-old, 27-year-old, whatever you are.
27 in 2 weeks, but anyways. But yeah, no, this is another team though that has been very. It was one of those teams that we've talked about got spun, and it was like, oh, okay then, people are gonna die.
We knew these two were gonna be a problem the minute the wheel put them together. I wanted to sink in for everybody. Nakamura and Okada, and Ospreay rather. We had Okada a couple weeks ago.
This wheel has given us some dream matches, for sure.
Absolutely. We saw these two face off on an episode of Ray EW Dynamite several years ago now, in the build to the second ever Forbidden War. But now we get to see them run it back here in Lethal Lottery.
Don't say run it back too loud. A certain outsider might have some PTSD. As a roll up there, here we go, and they're trading roll ups now, and Ospreay and Okada going back and forth. Two of the most vaunted technicians there, and as Nakamura went for a. Did I just say fucking Okada like you did? God damn it!
Welcome to the club. The more you do it, the more you'll make these mistakes.
Yeah, the more I hang out with you, the more I make these mistakes.
Hey now, watch it. You're testing your luck, Elliot. I will call Quizmaster up again.
Will you, though?
Probably not.
Yeah, I figured. Anyways, before I get fired, here comes El Mesias as I gather my bearings here. Is a big crossbody, and that's a big man that you don't want flying on top of you.
Oh, and Ludwig Kaiser going straight for the foundation though. Whoa, look at this, straight into a figure 4 from Kaiser.
Kaiser wants to send this match home quick. He doesn't want to let Ospreay and Mesias get going.
Oh, you definitely wouldn't. That's for sure.
And Mesias, he's a storied veteran of the game. He's been around for going on 20 years, if not over 20 years at this point. Made his name in Mexico and his native Puerto Rico. Been under many different names, under different gimmicks. He was managed back in the day by Father James Mitchell. He made his name in he made his name in Southern California. And also, as I said, in Mexico and Puerto Rico, he's a well-traveled veteran, and now he's found a place in AAA. He's been in AAA for a long time, but he's really finding his groove now as the gift of the Gods champion, and he's looking to just continue his role.
Almost certainly, El Mesias has been just an absolute powerhouse. Once he was introduced to the LS11 universe in the lead up the NXT Halloween Havoc, and then at Triple Mania proper, where he won the Gift of the Gods Rumble. He has just been an absolute monster. He has taken the Oz 11 Universe by storm. Become a fan favorite, and not to quell how the fans feel, and not to bury how the fans feel, but almost more importantly, a Xander Carver favorite.
Oh, absolutely, 100%. I think all of us on creative have just really been very high on, you know, El Mesias, and that's why he's getting, you know, these opportunities. And but he's making the most of them. He's a major reason, you know, a lot of the credit goes to Jasper Troy, but a major reason, you know, the part of the beating that, or part of the reason that Ricky Saints is now on SmackDown is because of the beating that El Mesias, not just Jasper Troy, but also El Mesias, put on him at Halloween Havoc in that chaotic four-way match that Danhausen inserted himself in, because that was a thing that happened.
It was certainly a thing that happened. I was there on the call for it. As Will Ospreay, taking that shot at the back from Ludwig there as well.
The big shot there from Ospreay, and a big elbow, and now the combination strikes. Ospreay's not a bad striker, but I don't think you want to trade shots with somebody like Nakamura.
No, you most certainly do not. A Shinsuke with the knee out of the way.
Oh, Ospreay just went down like a ton of bricks. He had no chance to catch himself there. He just got kneed through the ropes, and then taking out Mesias for good measure, as both members of Aerial Death are down. As I say that, Ospreay gets up and a big kick, busting open Nakamura, it looked like.
Looks like you might be right there. And also, Shinsuke did the Z3 special, as there's a 450 off the ropes from Ospreay. Shades of the Phenomenal One.
As here comes Ospreay, and Ospreay heading up to the top rope, and that one-arm powerbomb from Nakamura that we see a lot of people use as counters here in LS11 for moves where, you know, the guy turns their back going up to the top rope. I don't understand the strategy of going up to the top rope and turning your back on your opponent. You're almost asking to get dropped on your head.
I think Ospreay may have been trying to set up the Oz Cutter is what it was, but he didn't get enough spring to him, so he was trying to regain himself first. I'm not 100% sure on the strategy. I'm not a high flyer myself, but look at this. What a double team there from Nakamura and Kaiser.
And that's been so. I've been meaning to ask you about this, because we've talked about this for the last few weeks now, that we've been calling these matches. Hold on a second, as we got the cover there for El Mesias, but we've talked about the Kaiser and Nakamura have made kind of just a point of exploiting the weakness of each team, of each of the team that they face. Can they do that with Mesias and Ospreay?
I'm sure there's a weakness.
Is there a weakness to is sorry to cut you off there, but like, is there a weakness that they have that they can exploit?
There's got to be one in there somewhere. There has to be. Question is just, when are we gonna see it? As Ospreay's just dishing out these German suplexes.
Yeah, maybe the age of Mesias, or possibly the neck of Ospreay, or some of the injury. I know Ospreay's been very banged up as of late, so that might those things are the only things I can think of. But as far as like immediate weaknesses, there really isn't any between Ospreay and Mesias. Oh, here we go.
Oh,
there we go.
Nakamura avoided the Oz Cutter.
And here comes Mesias. Oh no. And Nakamura rightfully getting out of the ring, because if royalties are needed, I can work something out. But Nakamura just got hit by a flying bus.
Mesias is down though. Nakamura trying to fight back here.
As Nakamura now getting kicked away by Mesias, using his powerful base.
Oh, the base, swings that kick around there, knocking down Shinsuke. Mesias hits him with a spear.
And that spear has been drilling people for the better part of ever now in El Mesias' career. But Nakamura, and he is oh so known for.
Ludwig reaching out for the tag here, but Mesias gonna stop Nakamura. Hits him with that thrust kick. And El Mesias with
Mexican Destroyer. And a cover on Nakamura here. 1, 2, nope. Broken up by Kaiser.
Ospreay.
And here comes Ospreay.
With hidden blade. No!
And Ospreay. And Ospreay Nakamura. Oh, here we go. Big float over powerbomb. These teams are throwing it all out to try to be the third team to make it to the finale next week.
They are now. Ospreay hits the hidden blade. Down goes Kaiser. 1,
And 1,
2,
2, 3. And Aerial Death is team number 3 heading in to the finale of Lethal Lottery next week.
What a win.
Take nothing away from Kaiser and Nakamura. All 4 of these men put themselves through hell in this match. But it seems like Kaiser and Nakamura just couldn't find that weakness to exploit, and they got caught finally. As we see the replays, and just these teams just traded big move after big move after big move until finally Nakamura just couldn't get up from the hidden blade.
Absolutely. A massive, massive win there as well. The hidden blade was enough to put down Nakamura for the count of 3. And Mesias took out Kaiser on the other side of the ring. Right here you can see bam and bam. We got one match left tonight, Kay. Are you ready for this one?
Oh, this is gonna be insane. 2 men I know very well.
Let's do it. All right, folks, this is it. The final match of the quarterfinals. The winners of this match join Proto G, Aerial Death, and the Toxic Lovers in the semifinals and finals next week. We are finally here.
It's insane. Like I've said, we've gone from 86 teams to 5. Going to be 4 after this match.
And right now, I would argue, Kay, that we are getting a match that everyone thought would be the finals as the final match of the quarterfinal. These are the 2 teams that I think everyone has been banking on to win it.
Yeah, well, somebody's bracket's about to be busted. Somebody's, parlay is about to be busted. Somebody's going to be losing a lot of money, and somebody is going to keep laughing to the bank. Because here we are.
My God, here we are. The Exterminator, Carnold, Zandzenegger, and Lodestar Luminous. Pump, Rock, Extermination. On the other side of the ring. The King of the universe, and a man you'll be seeing in the ring in just a little while tonight on LAW. Zander, Carver, and, well, hang on, we're getting a full-blown team-up entrance tonight. How about that? Because on the same side of the ring with him is the king of the TNA legends, Frankie Kazarian.
Wow, these two actually put their damn egos aside and came out together. There's a first for everything.
That there is.
And you know what? You mentioned that I have a match in a couple hours here with Zander Carver on LAW. This is going to be an interesting one. This is an interesting match for me because last week I faced off with Carnold, and we've talked after the match. No love lost between us. He understood that I took advantage of a situation. He wasn't as focused, and so there's no hard feelings between me and Carnold. However, there are a few hard feelings between myself and Mr. Carver here after what he called me a few weeks ago. And to his credit, he apologized, but I still got some, we still got some things to discuss, and it just so happens that in a couple hours we're going to discuss them, the old school way. But anyway, enough about me. On to this match, and this is a face-off that I think a lot of people have wanted to see for a long time.
All right, well, swing 'em or stroke 'em, boys. We don't have all night.
Yeah, very much so, as Carnold looking to knock the blue out of Zander's hair.
Zander looking to knock the skin off of Carnold's metal face.
As a big that might have helped him there with that big sit-out jawbreaker.
Carnold and Zander, they've only had a handful of encounters as opponents throughout the history of LS11 Universe. I believe this marks either their 4th or 5th time standing across the ring from one another.
And these two are very much, I would say Carnold is the face of LS11, but Zander Carver is undoubtedly the brain behind LS11.
Certainly. Oh, what a DDT there. And Carnold. It stays kind of a tied score between them right now. I'm kind of going back through my mind here because I've had to call every encounter between the two of them over the years. I believe right now the score is 2-1 in Carnold's favor across these kinds of matches. They've had 2 one-on-one encounters where they have 1 win apiece. And then Carnold has a victory. That second victory comes in the form of the Hardcore War match at LAW Staying Alive back in the summer of 2024, where Team Carnold beat Team Zander in the main event.
Yeah, and this is just another thing, and now these two competing with, two. How do I put this? Two very eccentric partners in Lodestar, Luminous in the case of Carnold, Zandzenegger, and Frankie Kazarian in the case of Zander Carver.
Oh, most certainly. Right now, neither of them seem terribly concerned with getting either of their partners involved in this one. It seems like Carnold and Zander, it seems like there might be some tensions that have been boiling over between them. We know Carnold is still kind of bitter about what happened at Scorched Earth, where he felt like it was finally going to be his moment to achieve destiny and win his first ever Rumble matchup in LS11 after being the man that's been in the most, eliminated the most people, and everything else to do with it, only for Zander to return at number 30 and just throw Carnold out at the end to win it.
Yeah, and a lot of us felt that way. A lot of us really, felt that Zander kind of pulled the rug out from the rest of us, but especially Carnold, who has been so close yet so far on so many different occasions, and was almost there. He was almost at the finish line, and then Zander Carver came in and just kind of, came in and decided, no, this is, I want this to be my moment.
Wait a minute, Carnold with the fake out. That GTS to Zander into that German, but Kaz making the save.
And Cav is somebody who I very much look up to in the wrestling business. He was one of my, somebody I grew up watching as Chaos Control lands on Carnold Zandzenegger. And now Carnold, I think Carnold and Zander are both thinking, damn, maybe we should make the tag. Oh no. Okay, I was gonna say, please not another hot tag. I don't think we could deal with that.
Now Kaz and Lodestar are in.
But yeah, as I was saying, Frankie Kazarian is somebody that I grew up watching. I remember watching him in, TNA, former X Division champion, former, somebody that very much influenced how I, patterned my game after, and just kind of, it's a little deflating to see the kind of just the egomaniac that he's become, but I respect it. I respect that he's, decided to, say, where were you when, I respect, I don't know if I respect it. I guess maybe that's not the right word, but I understand it.
Understandable there as Lodestar now just hit those double knees in the midsection, getting Kaz up, trying to go for facial reconstruction, but Kaz not going to let it get him up. Kaz now
sets up Lodestar.
package powerbomb, Lodestar kicking out.
The move that almost pinned Shaq.
Play now, Lodestar kicks him in the leg. Kaz back up to his feet now, Lodestar. Kaz into the corner now, Kaz tagged to Carnold. Now, heart attack connecting.
And a cover from Carnold right into the cover. Excuse me, two and a kick out.
Carnold gonna make sure Kaz can't just immediately make the tag.
A big shot block there, as Carnold realizes that if he keeps Kaz in there, Kaz has great cardio. He's very much a cardio-centric wrestler, but also Kaz is 48 years old.
Wait a minute, Carnold. Burning hammer to Kaz.
Kaz rolling towards the ropes now. You can't get pinned if you're against the ropes. Kaz knows that about as well as anybody.
True, is Carnold taking him down now. Carnold putting the boots to him now. Carnold. That knee strike there. Kaz goes down. Kaz.
Carnold went for a spear there. Kaz leapfrogs over, went for a drop kick. And Carnold
springboard.
Spear. A move that still gives Casey Styles nightmares.
Well, certainly it does, as now Kaz and he kicks in on the Exterminator, knocking him back. Carnold. Tag made to Zander now, and Frankie Kazarian and Zander. Now goes Carnold. Double hip toss. Double kicks.
And now ZC stomping away here on Carnold Zandzenegger. And ZC going for what I think he's going. It looks like it. No, he's telling him to get up here. Looked like he was going for heat-seeking missile, but he got up in a blockbuster off the top.
Landing into a cover, saved by Lodestar Luminous. Carnold's got Zander up. Carnold. They're up on his shoulders and hits him with the knee into the neck.
Ushigoroshi there, shades of, well, somebody who I believe, he went for that Superman punch, but shades of somebody who's been implied to be helping Carnold train for the, to help Carnold train in the ring and turn him into Demon Time Carnold as he's been dubbed.
Zander springboards over Carnold into the throwback.
Oh, Zander going for a big elbow there. And Carnold setting up here. That power bomb.
Carnold is staggered Zander now. Carnold. Forearm now. Zander goes down. Carnold to the top rope. Go. Looking for frog splash.
And a cover. 1. Kick out by Zander Carver at 1.
Pele kick takes down ZC. Got him back up to his feet now, and Carnold.
And these two very much taking the bulk of this match as Lodestar Luminous comes in now. And the double team on ZC has a big double hip toss and that big TK kick to the back combination. As an insult to injury there, the moonsault knees, and Lodestar now big catapult, throat, upper chest first into the ropes there, and ZC landing a big back body drop, picking her right up.
Oh, hold on, Lodestar answers back. Lodestar with Zander up. Facial reconstruction. Saved by Kaz.
And a move that ZC knows very well from his past. That that drop, known as the GTS, usually that dropping somebody right into the knee there. And ZC made a mistake, hanging himself up in the ropes, got himself caught and got drop kicked, couldn't defend himself.
He couldn't as Lodestar rushed in. Zander countering. Zander. Big knee strike there, taking it down. And now Zander has Lodestar here. And wait a minute. ZC locking in the ankle lock. Grapevining it.
It's an extremely back and forth matchup. A lot of counters, a lot of big moves. Speaking of a big move, Carnold coming in now, breaking up the ankle lock there.
Carnold, wait a minute. Carnold. Oh! Splat went Carnold.
They got overzealous there, and both of them got a little overzealous, going for big moves. These two fighting outside is now Lodestar Luminous getting her bearings. Zander realizes, that might not be good, runs right into a big shot.
Now Lodestar's got him down. Lodestar. And knocking down Zander. Star now getting him back up to his feet. Lodestar. Section here. Throws Zander into the corner. And flipping him across the ring.
A big monkey flip there from Lodestar to Zander Carver.
Goes for a splash. Zander counters. Corner now. Tag is made. Frankie Kazarian back in.
Here comes another big double team. This match has been very much a masterclass in tag team wrestling from both sides. These are two of the teams that were predetermined, prepaid for. Didn't have to go through the wheel spins. Both these teams had, people paid for them. So these teams had a little bit, longer, a little bit longer of a prep time due to the predetermined nature of it. So, and it's interesting that both these teams have now made it to this round with them being predetermined and preset teams.
Absolutely. Now is Lodestar. Wait a minute. Sweeps out the leg of Kaz.
Lodestar sending Kazarian into the corner and a tag to Carnold here.
Uh-oh. Here we go. More bang for your buck.
And Kazarian realizing the urgency. Oh, and Zander, I think Carnold baited Zander there and got caught. Zander got caught there with that incoming spear. 2. Kick out by Xander Carver.
Somehow, some way, he stayed alive off that spear. Now Carnold pulling him in. Carnold. Bring back now against him. Zander knocks back Carnold.
What a war this is. What a war this has been. And did you expect anything else, Doc?
You know, I can't say I did. If I'm honest with you, I can't say I expected anything less.
Now Carnold picking up Xander Carver one more time, and another toss powerbomb. That time I think Zander might have hit the back of his head on the bottom turnbuckle there. But Xander Carver none the worse for wear. If he is, he's not showing it, or maybe the adrenaline's still going.
Could be. Carnold got Zander in the corner. And down now, Carnold. Zander now, and Carnold's got him down here. Carnold. Zander in position. Carnold with... Oh! Zander sidestepped the spear.
That time he saw it coming. I think that time he baited Carnold. Interesting little gamesmanship there, going back and forth, kind of tricking each other into making mistakes here.
That's how these two roll. They've known each other for so long, know each other so well.
As someone say, they share a brain.
Some might say that. Now Carnold, wait a minute. Here we go. Goes for the SSP. Zander out of the way. Zander.
Xander Carver. Oh, Zander. Diamond DDT. 1, 2. Kick out by Carnold. What is it going to take for one of these two to stay down?
I can't tell you. Carnold. Wait a minute, Carnold. I think he just saw that turnbuckle pad that Lodestar exposed and he pulled Zander away from it. Carnold doesn't want to win like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Zander, however, not a problem with it.
Yeah, Zander will take any low road he can in this situation. I can't say I necessarily blame him. Do I like it? No. Do I respect it? Oh, no. Hold on. Hold on.
Control.
One, two. Carnold just kicked out.
How in the name of hell did Carnold kick out of Chaos Control?
I can't say I'm really surprised, because last week it took everything I had, and even then I needed a little bit of help to beat Carnold. So I know firsthand how tough of a son of a bitch that Carnold is.
Absolutely. Carnold goes through the ropes now. Carnold. Then get back up now. Carnold. Right hook into extermination line.
And Carnold now sends Zander into the corner. Lodestar. I don't know if that's what Carnold wanted. I think Carnold wanted a double team. I mean, in a way, it was a double team, but I don't know if he wanted. There we go. I think this is what Carnold was looking for.
So now, Zander headbutts him.
Yeah, I was gonna say earlier on, before the middle chaos control there, Zander at times likes to take the low road, and I get it. Do I like it? No. Do I respect it? No. But I understand that, like I said earlier, you got to do what you got to do in this business to get wins, especially in a match that's been as closely as contested as this.
I mean, absolutely, Kay. Making a great point there is Kaz. No. Lodestar. No. Kaz. Counter for counter between the two of them.
Speaking of the low road, Kaz has never seen a cheap shot he didn't like. And that down goes the referee.
Lodestar, wait. Facial reconstruction.
Yeah, here's the issue with that, though. The ref's down, not flat on his back, and ZC comes in and breaks it up.
Lodestar's got him down. Lodestar. To the top rope. Lodestar goes for the splash.
And Kaz went for an Enziguri, kind of just grazed Lodestar there. I think she was, and there we go. I think she was going for another facial reconstruction, but Kaz was able to float out of it.
And Kaz.
And a big cutter there from Kaz.
Carnold's going to make the save that time. Now
And Lodestar sending Kaz into the corner there. And that was certainly a thing that happened.
You know what? I suppose it was.
That was certainly one of the things of all time.
Now Carnold pulling Kaz in. Now Carnold. There's Frankie Kazarian up. And stun guns him. Oh, and Zander takes the cheap shot.
And Carnold's like, and Carnold making him pay for it.
Carnold, here we go. Goes for the frog splash. Kaz out of the way. Now Kaz, hold on. Flux capacity to Carnold.
And a cover here. And Lodestar flying in from out of the shot.
Carnold getting knocked back here. No. Kaz. Hit with the springboard Superman punch.
And Kaz got folded like a bag of laundry.
Kaz now tagging in Zander. Carnold clothesline Zander out of the ring. Actually, he wishes he could have done that 2 months ago.
Yeah, I think all of us do. Anyways, backdrop suplex, that side suplex on the apron. It's always called the hardest part of the ring, and I can attest it is. It hurts like a fucking bitch.
Carnold, oh god, what's he doing here? Holy hell!
Oh, and Zander landing back first on that announce table. And Carnold didn't get the distance he wanted to on that frog splash. Zander went for the heat-seeking missile off the table, it looked like, and didn't quite connect. Kaz kind of has this look like, I guess if I have to do everything myself.
Kazarian now. Sets Carnold up for him, says, now go handle it.
And ZC heading up top.
Then with the splash.
And Kaz with that shit-eating grin on his face, knowing that him and ZC somehow have worked together enough to possibly get another huge win in this tournament. And Kaz taking a big backbreaker on the outside. Big knee there from Carnold. And a big spear.
And that is gonna... No!
Are these guys still going?
I couldn't tell you. Carnold now. SSP, nobody home.
Again, can't land it. And Zander catching him with a big shot, a blind shot. He was getting up, and Zander axe handled him in the back. The shots that hurt the most are the ones that you don't see coming.
They say. Oh, Carnold and Zander, right hook there from Zander knocking down Carnold. Carnold getting double teamed there by ZC and Kaz.
You know what? They have to, because everything that they've tried to Carnold by themselves, it's not working. So it's time to just throw them punches at the same time and hope one of them lands enough to keep him down.
Zander, here we go. Hey, heat-seeking missile.
No shot. Carnold kicking out of the heat-seeking missile. What do these guys have to do? I keep asking it. I know it's redundant, but what do these guys have to do?
Oh my god, I found what he had to do.
And of course he had to take that. Of course he had to take that road, but I can't necessarily say I blame him. Is the issue?
And Lodestar took out Zander and knocked him into the corner.
Everybody's just kind of at a standstill right now.
Matter of who's going to get up first. And Carnold's the one getting up first.
The problem is they're both in corners, but they're both in the opposite corner. As Zander, an airplane's been taking it old school.
Zander, hold on. Handling Lodestar that time.
Sunset flip powerbomb to the outside of the ring by Zander. And now Carnold bouncing Zander's head off the turnbuckle.
Now, hang on. Zander and Kaz. Super kick into chaos. Control.
Lodestar still down on the outside of the ring. Kaz with the cover. 1, 2. Pair of Kings win an instant classic over Punk Rock Extermination.
What a war to finish off the quarterfinals. Went for damn near half an hour, did these two teams.
Yeah, and then at the end of the day, it came down to the referee having to put the turnbuckle pad back on, not looking, and ZC hitting that low blow. And I don't care if you're part man, part machine. If one of your human parts is down there, it doesn't matter.
Absolutely. Just like that, Carnold took everything and then some to be put down tonight.
It took everything both men, both Kaz and Zander Carver, had in their arsenal, and in the end, it took a low blow and it took a super kick chaos control combination to finally put down the Exterminator.
And look at this, Kaz and Zander circling one another after what they thought could have been their final night in the tournament. And have they finally earned one of their respect? Look at this, Kaz offering a handshake.
Has he earned his respect?
Not tonight.
Yeah, not yet, not quite yet. But I just gotta ask you, Doc. Now that you know, where does Carnold go from here? He has the match against Ospreay in a couple weeks, but road to Xander Mania 10, a show that you think he'd be a shoo-in to be at, is looking murkier and murkier by the day.
It is. Zander and Kaz, like we've been saying, don't know if they're stroking them or swinging them. They'll be in the semifinals next week. We'll spin the wheel this weekend to find out which of the other three teams they'll face. Until next week, where we finish this once and for all, I've been the Doctor.
I've been KJ Elliott.
And that was Universe. Special thank you to $10 and above Patreon backers JJ Gyllenhaal, Tech Nizzle, Harry Willetts, and Jeremy Burt. Patreon is the best place to support Zander and all of his content across all channels. Join today for bonus content across every channel in the RS11 family. Yeah!